All right, we are now recording. And just some housekeeping. Just make sure you keep your microphone muted until we get to discussion time. So I want to say welcome back and welcome to our new students. This is exciting. I know we're in the virtual space. Yeah, y'all turn those cameras on so I can see you. If you can, it's all right. It's not a requirement. I know sometimes we're also working, so keep your job. So good morning, and welcome, my beloved students. This is Introduction to Religious Studies. Thank you for being with us virtually. Our course will meet virtually Wednesdays at 11. And to my students who are working, you have caregiver responsibilities, other things going on during the day, and you are not able to make it, it is okay. You're not going to be dinged for that, but you are responsible for watching this recording every week. And just in case those people who are present with me here virtually say, oh, something's going on that day, I got an appointment or something, it is okay. You're going to watch that video, and I will post this video of our session in the afternoons, okay? So it is a blessing to be with you here once again. Today is going to be an introduction to the course. We're going to try to get into chapter 1. We'll see how time is going, and I want to answer any and all of the questions that you have. So my students who are here with me virtually, ask all the questions, or if you're working, make sure you put it in the chat, because you may have a question that somebody who's at home watching it later on may have, and they want their question answered. So if you all just hang with me, I'm going to share. Oh, let me pause. Let's open up in prayer. Creator God, I just want to ask that you just come, touch us, Lord, during this session. I thank you for every student. Continue to bless and cover them. Many things we are going through, deaths and sicknesses, but I ask, Lord, that you would just continue to help us push through. Lord, provide any and all resources that my students stand in need of. And thank you for this session, and thank you for shining the light on our minds and knowledge. All these things we ask in Jesus' name, amen. All right. Everybody, I'm going to share my screen, and I am going to go to your D2L page. All right. Now, sometimes when I go to the page, I can't see you all. I see Reverend Ingram. Reverend Ingram, you can see the screen. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you. All right, everyone. If you are new to the Religious Studies program, I want to say welcome. I want to see you all soon so that we can maybe do a get together, and we all can uh, see each other and support each other. But this is our D2L page, and this is where you're going to come several times a week to check out and see what's going on. On the left-hand side, you're going to see a calendar. Uh-oh. You're going to see your calendar to tell you when we meet and when something is due. In the middle of your page, you're going to see modules. I'm going to go through some of these things with you today, so just hang tight. You're going to see modules for each week. Excuse me. Okay, so you'll see modules for each week all the way down to week 9. And we are going to hang right here in week 1. So I'm going to talk about these modules in just a second. Excuse me. Also, you're going to see on your right-hand side are announcements. Please make sure you go to all 3 of these sections on your page. So you're going to have announcements over here. It is real important that you check your email and your announcements frequently throughout the week, because I'll send you any type of updates. Now, let me say this big announcement. Everybody that is present with me has already done this job, I believe. But I need you to go right here to week 1 and complete the introductory form. That is so important, because this lets the school know the school know that you are present, that you are active in the class, that you logged into the course electronically, and that you are alive and well. You know, sometimes we have students that sign up for courses and we never see them. Something happened, I don't know, or they just decide not to do it. But we need you. We need every student to go to week 1, and I'm gonna go there now, to go to week 1. And you're going to click right here on this introductory form. It's not real deep. You just introduce yourself to the class, give your name, any type of interesting information about you, and what do you want to learn from this particular course. This counts as your attendance. It says that you showed up, you did something, and that you cannot be dropped from the course. So if you haven't done that already, please make sure that you, please make sure that you go right here to week 1 and complete the introductory form. Okay. I just want to go through a few things with you, and then we'll also talk about your syllabus, and then I'm going to stop talking too, so you all can ask some questions. Also, if you see in the tab of week 1, I added some information from chapter 1. Chapter 1, I was able to scan. I cannot say that it is a good scan machine that I was using, but I tried to do my best. I don't work too well with technology, but I did my best with trying to scan a few pages for you from chapter 1, just in case you are still waiting on the book. Excuse me. Let me go back to week 1. Okay, so once again, you're going to check out that introductory form. You got to get that done. Try to get that done today, y'all, because I got to turn in your attendance on October the 7th. All right, if you're looking for any reading and you don't have your book just yet, you're going to click right here, chapter 1. I made some copies for you. All right, and here is your chapter 1 PowerPoint and lesson. You will see me there. It's a PowerPoint, and I will be chatting about some of the things in chapter 1, and we're going to talk about that today. You will find that each week, let me go back, you will find that each week is highlighted. Okay, so we got week 2. I tried to give you the start of the week 3, 4, all the way down, you know, so that you don't get lost. Okay. Also, I want you all to look at the top tab. I put this all the way at the top so students don't get confused. It says syllabus and resources. When you get a chance, I want you to, oh, it says fall 21. I want you to go to syllabus and resources. It says fall 21, but it's not. So I got to change that fall 21. It's not fall 21, it's fall 22. I just got to change the heading. Your syllabus is located here. You can save it to your computer, print it out, keep it for yourself if you would like to. If anybody needs to meet with me, please make sure you just drop me an email. You can also, let me go back up here. You can also give me a call. This is my, I don't have an office phone number, but this is my cell. And you could give me a call there. Okay. To set up anytime you need to meet. I just put some important dates there for you. Okay, you can check those out at your convenience. Our last day of class, I believe, is supposed to be like December the 1st. And it's so scary. It's October 5th. It's my daughter's birthday today. And December will be here before we know it. All right. So when we talk about, somebody mute your microphone. When we talk about the syllabus, I do want to, I'm not going to read everything because I know you all will do that on in your own time, but I do want to talk about the course, its objectives. I'm going to talk about the grading, and then I'm going to be quiet and open it up for any questions. So introduction to religious studies. People say, what is that? We are doing just that. We are coming as scholars and we are studying religions. So not just one, but we are studying religions. We're studying how it impacts humans. Why do humans turn to religions? What does it do for them? And how does religion work within society? We're also, towards the end of this semester, we're going to talk about how religion impacts people with their challenges, how it helps them to solve problems, how it also promotes people and groups of people or different religious groups to work within community, like social activism. We'll be talking, I think, towards the end of this semester, for example, like Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King. They worked for the betterment of people, but it was impacted through their religion. Okay. We're also going to talk about how religion changes attitudes and when people are convicted by things, and sometimes those attitudes can lead to violence. I'll give you just a little precursor. We'll talk about all of us, yeah, all of us remember 9/11. 9/11, well, I don't want to give it all away. We'll talk more about it when we get there. But 9/11 was had a lot of religion driven through it. The reason why those individuals did what they did was based on their religious convictions and their beliefs. And then, we'll talk about that more. And also when, you can remember 9/11, a lot of folks went back to church because it was helping them to make sense of things or give comfort, okay, through so much loss. All right. Make sure that you pick up your book. It's called Introduction to Religious Studies. Most people are finding it through Amazon, and I got mine a couple years ago, several years ago, and I can't remember how much it is. Can somebody just put it in the chat, or you can open your microphone? Well, I can't remember how much it was. Nobody remember. Okay, but it's not an astronomical amount. Okay, so make sure you get that book. Make sure that if you do have a disability and you need help from disability services, please make sure that you contact disability services, and we can definitely get you accommodations. When we talk about attendance, remember your virtual class, because this is an online course, your virtual classes are not mandatory. It's really good that you can attend, but if you are not able to attend virtually, you are responsible for watching your videos during your time during the week, okay? Make sure you check D2L throughout the week for assignments and announcements. Let me scoot down to the meat of it, and let's talk about how we're going to be graded. All right, so this particular course, I'm going to let you know, I hate how we're so condensed, but we got a lot that we got to pull in what, 8-9 weeks. So you're going to have discussion forums mostly every week. This week, your only forum was just to introduce yourself. But your discussion forums are very much like quizzes, because I want to see if you're reading and also interacting with your classmates. So when you do your discussion forums, your post should be at least 200 words. This is a way that we learn from each other. Make sure that you create your own forum. You're not copying from somebody else. Make sure that you check your grammar and your spelling. And if you cite any material that is not yours, okay, and I'm going to post this information as well. I want you to use MLA format, and I'm going to post, if anybody is not familiar with it, don't worry. I'm going to post information on how to do that. Remember, discussion posts are due on Sunday nights. Let me talk about due dates. I'll make all work due on Sunday nights, because that's easy for me to remember. That's easy for you to remember. Okay. And remember, your discussion posts are like your quizzes. These are like weekly quizzes. I want to see if you're reading and interacting with your classmates. Okay. So when you make your post, I want you also to respond to at least 2 classmates. Engage them in conversation. We don't see each other. We may not see all of the students on Teams, but this also gives you an opportunity as if we were in a physical classroom to chat with each other. All right, next thing you will have is a video summary reflection on a religious practice. That will be later on in the semester, and you'll have your due dates, and that'll be 10% of your grade. You'll have an introduction paper. I believe that's next week. We're going to come up on your schedule in just a second, where you're going to share a personal reflection of what is the difference between you. Now, this is your opinion between religion and spirituality. The last thing you'll have at the end of the semester will be a final research paper. That's 20%. You have a PowerPoint activity where you're going to research a particular, a particular religion. Okay, and that'll be 10%. During this semester, I always like to pull in guests so that you're not always hearing me all the time, and you will have an opportunity to hear from a guest speaker who practices it's an African religion, and I am going to probably call it the wrong name right now, so I'm just going to say it's a traditional African religion, and I'll share more about that when we get to our date. I believe it's going to be like in November. Last two assignments. You have an interview assignment in which you're going to interview a person of a different religion. This is always the best assignment because my students learn so much. Okay, you learn so much from other people. And the last one will be a comparison activity where you're going to compare and contrast the 10 commandments that are in Christianity with Africans' Ma'at, that M-A-A-T, that's called Ma'at principles. And it'll be very interesting what you find. So that'll be coming up later on in the semester. So let's look at your course line and then I'm gonna be quiet. All right, this week is week 1. You're going to introduce yourself in that introductory form. You're going to read chapter 1. You can read over your syllabus. Next week, we're going to get more into chapter 1. We're going to talk about what is religion. You're going to have a discussion forum. And then that introduction paper will be coming up. Okay. So I won't go through each week, but you'll see I try to highlight when things are due. So in week 3, you're going to have that PowerPoint activity. Week 4, I have a really interesting video for you on religion. And I really think that you are going to really enjoy the course. Okay, chapter 8, that's the one I wanted to talk about. Week 7 is when we talk about violence and religion. Week 9 is a really interesting chapter. When we talk about chapter 14, which is ritual studies. Every religion has a ritual, something we do with meaning, whether it's a marriage or a baptism or maybe marriage in one religion looks different from another. Okay. All right, let me just pause. I've been talking for about 20 minutes. I'm going to be quiet. This is your time. Ask me any questions that you may have. And good morning to our students who joined. Good morning, Gloria. Good morning, Troy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, everybody. Did you have any questions? I saw Mr. Smith.
Yes, I have 2.
Yes.
Right off that. For the discussion forum, because I'm not sure how we would do it. Do we have to use the MLA format for the discussion forum, or that's just for our papers?
That is a very good question. So that will be for both. In your discussion forum, let's say, for example, Mr. Smith, if you say, I'm citing information from the textbook.
Okay.
Okay. You want to make sure that you give that author, Paul, what is this, his name? Paul Meyer.
Yeah. Okay.
Credit, as well as if you're writing a research paper and things like that. I am going to, and I don't think I posted it, but Class, I will repost the MLA format directions, and I'll have some videos for you on. So for example, if you are writing, okay, so you'll have in-text citations where it would be, let's say I'm the author, right? And it said, the sun is shining bright. Okay, you got that from my book. And in parentheses, it would be Barry and the page number. Okay, Barry 163 in parentheses, okay? But don't worry, I will send out, and I'm glad you are raising these questions because sometimes I do forget to put those things in there. And there's a handout that I have that will show you how to document.
Okay. Now, does that include the things, like the double spacing and the name, or as far as the form now? Because we're going through the form. I'm just talking about the form now. For the papers, I understand.
Yes.
But for the form, I understand that, but I'm just talking about how it looks. Do you want
How
to
it looks.
make sure we're doing that? Okay.
That is
Then-
correct. So when
okay.
you talk about spacing, Mr. Smith, that's a very good question. Always make sure you double space your
Okay.
papers, because I can't see. And it also helps the paper to be, I like how you said, to appear uh, readable. So you can always double space.
And then my other question is for the interview, are you going to help us locate people of other religions? Because
Sure.
I'm not sure if I know anyone offhand.
Then that is fine. And that answer is yes. And I think some of my students on here from what was our last one? We had pastoral ministry. And, so sometimes I would help the students they had to locate a pastor to interview. So yes, that is fine. And also students, we help each other out. You may have a family member, a neighbor, or somebody that you know real good. And you say, hey, James, you can interview this person. You can interview my cousin. Or that's fine. Mm-hmm.
Actually, I have talked to someone though. I do know someone.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Say,
Gloria.
most of us know someone with the, excuse me, with the Black Hebrews.
You could use that one too.
Uh-huh.
So that will it's good. That's fine. I like how you all are thinking ahead. If you want to start thinking ahead and get your person or a couple of people in your mind, of course it's not due just yet. Very good. Thank you. Any other questions? Awesome. I had some students just join. Any other questions you may have? I see Dante. Welcome, Dante. And is this, please forgive me if I say your name incorrectly, Molly?
Good morning.
Good morning. It's Mally.
Mally.
I joined a little late. Apologies for that. I was wondering if I can get like a brief little just summary on what I missed.
Yes. So what I did was I just basically went through the syllabus. And I also am recording this session, so you all can watch the entire thing from beginning to end, okay? And I'm going to post it in the announcement section. So what I did, didn't miss too much. We just went over the syllabus. We went over your course schedule and how you're going to be graded, and a couple of course objectives.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, so I'm here for you. Any questions? All right, so as we're doing this, I'm going to transition a little bit. You all give me just 1 second. I want to do this. I want you all, while I'm transitioning, I want you to go one at a time, and we can see your name, or even if we can't see you physically, I want you to just introduce us real quick. Tell us why you're taking the course. And can I start with, on my screen, I see you up top. Can I start with James? Uh-oh. Unmute your microphone. There you go.
With me? Oh. Again, my name is James Smith. I work with our church school quite a bit. I'm the assistant superintendent. I teach from time to time. And I've been working with church schools for a number of years, probably about 30 years or so. And I'm just interested in increasing my knowledge, my understanding, so that I might be able to better engage people who are interested, particularly young people, younger adults, young people. I'm just looking for ways on how I might be able to help them understand God's presence with their daily lives and see, hopefully that will help them understand what God is doing with them as part
Wonderful.
of, again, my teaching process. So my primary interest is how I might be able to become a better church school teacher.
Wonderful. Thank you, James. And can I go down to Freddie? You want to introduce yourself? Tell us why you're taking this course.
Good morning, all. Reverend Barry, how are you, ma'am, and the rest of the
Good morning.
members? My name is Freddie A. Lighty Jr., and mine is similar to Mr. Smith, but I wanted to see how, like I said, I'm also a Sunday school teacher, and I'm always looking for ways to improve myself and get better at what I'm doing. And I was hoping that this course can help maybe bring out some more things and enlighten me on more things that I don't know. Because I know that I'm a Baptist, but I know there's more religions besides Baptist, and it probably might help broaden me on other religion and how it relates to me. So mainly just trying to prove myself and gain the knowledge.
Wonderful. Thank you and welcome. Welcome, James and Freddie. They are new. This is your first semester.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Thank you. Welcome. And welcome back, Marshall.
Hey, good morning, Dr. Berry, class. So my thing is I pastor already 2 churches, and they're in the rural area, and I want to gain more knowledge. So when I do Bible studies and church school, and also preach the word, I want to know what I'm doing and make sure I preach the truth. And so this is going to help me a lot. You can never stop learning, and you can never know everything. So this is certainly going to help me, and I appreciate you, Dr. Berry, for everything.
Thank you. Look, Reverend Marshall's been trying to give me this doctor, and my student loan's too high, Rev. So.
It's coming. It's coming. Ask the Lord.
Because the Lord gonna pay it off. The
Ask
Lord's
the
gonna
Lord.
pay. Y'all stand in agreement. This thing got to get paid off in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you, Rev. All right, Minister Lee.
Yes, good morning, everyone. This is a continuing course for me because I want to continue to learn and to grow in the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of God's word. My wife and I are involved in outreach ministry and also dealing with a lot of youth. And I think someone mentioned that before. We want to make sure that they have an understanding of God's word and remove some of the mystery of religion so that they can have a personal relationship with God. And like Reverend Marshall said, it's a learning process because my personal belief is when you stop learning, you stop living.
That's a good one. We need a quote. We need that on a t-shirt. Very good. All right, I'm going to go up top on my screen to Walter. Welcome back.
Thank you. Good seeing everybody. And the reason I'm taking the course is a promise I made to God after I finished my undergraduate degree, and between that, whatever I'm going to do next. This is the promise I made to him. The reason is I do work with the youth in my church, teach Sunday school to mostly seventh graders, and this will help me with them because it helps when they understand not only the scriptures, but as I was reading through this it gives me a lot more on background on helping them understand everything about it. So those are the main reasons I'm here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, all of these awesome teachers. Good morning and welcome back, Troy.
Good morning, Professor. My name is Troy Thomas, and my reason for taking this, I love knowledge, especially biblical study. Being a minister, you can never stop learning. And I like the interaction between, though we have a foundation, we all Christian, but you learn from others' faith, how they believe, to have an understanding. So when I'm ministering, you know how to comprehend with all people and be able to minister in that avenue. So that's why I'm taking it, so I can enhance my knowledge of scripture. And it has helped me.
Awesome.
We have an awesome professor teacher. I'm grateful for that.
Thank you.
Because it has helped me in my scriptural studies. That's why I'm
You've
taking
been
it.
able to pull out all of those words.
Yes, yes.
Bless you. Thank you, Troy.
Yes.
Gloria.
I'm Gloria Jordan, and I think what everyone else has said, you cannot have enough knowledge. And also I see the Spirit is working in that everyone is concerned about our youth. And you want to be able to teach them in a way that they understand and receive. And they say they'll bring up their contradictions. Well, if you are educated enough, you will know that there are no contradictions. And that's my concern. I want to let you know, Professor Berry, that I accepted my call to the ministry after pastoral studies. So I'm on a new journey now. But you need to know what you're talking about when you get up before the people, and that's what I've been studying over 30 years. But in the class, I found out I don't know all of it. I don't think you'll ever learn all of it, but I'm going to keep learning.
Wow, and congratulations. We'll talk offline, okay, Gloria? Oh, wonderful, wonderful. All right, and to our students, let's hear from Carolyn. Are you able to talk? I know you're working. I don't want to disturb you. Uh-oh. Can you hear? No, okay. Carolyn, I know you may be working. I can't hear you, but if you're able just to type in the chat, you can just say hi, okay? And we're so thankful for Carolyn. She's working at the school. Dante, are you able to talk? Okay. And I know sometimes our folks may be doing other things. I know how work is. Janice, are you able to talk? Uh-oh. Is it me?
Go ahead now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
okay.
it's an echo. I can turn one of your mics off.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Wonderful.
Yes, I'm Janice.
Uh-oh.
That I'm able to take this course. And I was with you last semester. and I learned quite a few things, and I expect to learn more. I love learning, and I want to know why people believe like they believe. I've met people of other faiths and other religions, and they're very close to Christianity, but they serve a different God. So I want to understand why they believe like they believe. And I believe I will get this in this course. And thank you, Ms. Berry. Great
Thank you,
teacher.
Daniel. Thank you so much. All right, so I got a message from Dante. You want to go next?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
How you doing this morning?
We're doing well. Good to hear from you.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All right, so I'm taking this class just based off trying to understand more about religion, more about the study of people and why they dive into religion. Uh, just just to go into it a little bit more, I like knowledge. I like understanding about God. I like just understanding how people believe in their religion, and then understanding how Christians believe in their religion. So that's really why I'm taking the class, just to better understand why people may choose a certain religion, and then understand the different sects for people who are in Christianity, why they choose religion as a base for their understanding, their knowledge, and their way of living.
Awesome. Thank you, Dante. I
Okay.
appreciate that. All right. Okay. Thanks, Carolyn. Carolyn is now able to talk. And if Mally, if you're able to talk, we'll come to you after Carolyn. Go right ahead, Carolyn. Uh-oh. So is it me? I can't hear you. Okay. Carolyn, I don't know what's happening. It says, I'm not sure if you're in a call with somebody else. It says it on Teams in a call. I'm not sure what's happening there with your audio. It's not muted, but we can't hear you. We're gonna come back to you. Carolyn said, what's going on? And I know, Carolyn, it says it's you're something, it says you're in a call. I'm not sure. And then sometimes with Teams, you may want to check and see if there's another source or something that it's going out to. All right. Mally, are you able to talk? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. And that's all right. I know sometimes. All right, there you are. Okay.
You can hear me?
Yes, beautiful. I can hear you.
All right. Hey everyone. I'm Mally Gumatesi. I'm a current sophomore at Morehouse College, studying computer science, and taking this course for a couple of reasons. Obviously, one of them being it's a required course that I take for the credit, and then also on top of that, growing up, I didn't have too much interaction with any religions, any specific religion. So, I'm kind of really just interested in learning. When I first heard of religious studies, I just couldn't picture what it would look like, what we would be studying. So, I'm kind of just open and, curious to the whole thing.
Wonderful. Welcome, welcome. And from Morehouse, thank you so much. It's good to have you with us, Mally. All right, everybody. So as I go, I'm going to just start talking a little bit about chapter 1. As we begin, Mally said, I wasn't quite sure what we were going to be talking about with religious studies. And a lot of students are like that. Like, are we just going to be studying one religion? No, we come with I want you to put on your, what's the word? Your investigator hat. when you come to this course. I want you to also, now this is the hard part, because we are studying, we are being objective. And so we are looking at how this group does this and how does this group do this. But even though, as some people, share, maybe they practice a particular religion, maybe you don't. It is not a requirement for you to practice a particular religion for this course. No. But what I do want you to do, whether you practice or not, is to be objective. What I do want you to do in this course is to allow scholarly discourse. What I do want you to stay away from is we're not dogging out anybody because they practice XYZ or they don't practice XYZ. We're all scholars. We're all learning. We all are observing. We all are saying, oh, well, look at how this group does this and this group does something different. Isn't that interesting? But I always, and for our folks who are watching the video later, I always preface this course with, we are learners. I like how you all said, I'm a scholar, I want to learn more, but we also want to be sensitive that even though people may follow something or not follow something, it doesn't mean that we, dog the person out, because they don't see something like we see it. So I'm going to, how do I do this? I'm going to share my screen. Hold on, everybody. Oh, and I'm going to go right back to your class. Let's see, it's 11:46. And we're going to start talking about, no. No, stay with me right there. I'm going to start chapter 1. Now, I'm going to tell you that we are not going to finish chapter 1. Stay with me right there. I'm coming right to you. Okay, also, I'm going to pull this up, okay? Let me also preface this with saying, you have a video. You're going to see me looking crazy sometime because I can't see. You're also going to have a video of me delivering this lecture that you can watch later, okay? Here we go. All right. So we're going to talk real briefly, and this is the only question that we'll probably get to today, is this whole issue of religion, right? So remember, we said this course is about, look at the word, religious studies. So we are studying religions with an S. Well, what is religion? We got to stop right there. So if we can't figure out what that is, we got to make sure that we figure it out. So throughout history, religion has always been around, even from the beginning of, of time. But when we look back in history, religious practices have been performed by people. And so people have performed particular actions, whether they put a name to it, they performed religious actions, they have held a particular belief, and they considered that particular thing to be religious or sacred or special. Religion is a pervasive, it is a huge influence on people's lives. And sometimes, watch this, whether the person professes to follow something or not, many times it's just like ingrained in them, like, I don't do that, I don't do this because of that. And when you start, what's the word, unfolding the layers. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna say, I'm looking outside, I see trees, right? And I just wouldn't cut down this beautiful tree because I believe that tree really is special. I shouldn't just go around knocking stuff down just because I have the power to knock trees down, right? And if I keep undoing that, why is it special? Well, because I didn't plant it. Well, who planted it? And in my belief system, God planted it, or the seed that fell from the tree that the Creator God placed there. That's how that tree got out there. Okay, so if we, all of us on here, if we keep unfolding and unfolding and unfolding, whether the person practices something formally or not, there's some type of religious basis to it. I want you to look at this picture. Let me see if I can get it up there. I want you to look at this picture of the pyramids in Egypt. Y'all see that picture? And these pyramids, I'm not sure if we have anybody here in class that was blessed to go out to Egypt. That's one of the places I would love to visit. But these pyramids are not just, they are architectural structures. They are just mind-boggling how they came together, how they were built, but they also have religious meanings. Okay. And it signifies also in the Egyptian culture, it signified the meaning of death and the afterlife in the Egyptian culture. Okay. And also, as we study religion, here's another thing that I want you to do too, as you put your study cap on. I want you to think of religion in terms of a world base and not just America. You understand what I'm saying? So I want you to think about religion like, yeah, we do it here in the South, or yeah, we do it like that here in North America, in America, United States. But I also want you to begin to think broader, thinking about how it is represented around the world. Okay. I know we love America, but sometimes we get stuck on it. Okay, let me go down a little bit. Let me see if I can scoot down on my paper. Okay, I do want to talk about structures, and then I'm going to press pause for any questions. Okay, so for example, okay, when we talk about religion, places are important. Okay, places, whether it's Christianity, Judaism, Islam, locations are important. Okay, so for example, in our world, we see examples of religion all over the place. This mosque is a place that is dedicated to prayer. So if you would look at this structure, yes, it is a building. Yes, it needs gas and electric. Yes, it needs water and all of that great stuff. But it is a religious structure because particular religious duties are carried out within it. Those people who will gather here will gather for prayer. They will gather and face toward Mecca for worship to Allah. Okay. Now, what I'm going to pause right here, and I also want to ask you a couple of questions. Coming right back to you. And I see your hand up, Janice, I'm gonna come right back to you. So as we talk about religion, I see it's 11:53. Okay, Troy, all right, I'm gonna come right back to you. As we talk about religion, y'all, you see me looking around because I'm looking for my wallet. And I'm looking for my wallet because I'm gonna pull out some money. Y'all hope I have some money. Most of the time, I always have my debit card. Now, on our money, anybody got some money next to them? Oh, here it is. Okay, I got $1. And y'all see my dollar? Okay, so on the back of your money, or why you have a quarter? What does it say on our money in America?
In God we trust.
In God we trust. In God we trust. I don't know. And then I have a quarter. Y'all see me struggling to read. And on this quarter, oh, this is a special quarter. Anybody have any money, any coins? Oh yeah. Okay, so on the quarter, I'm sure you can't see this. In the quarter, it says, "In God we trust." Okay. So as we're starting this chapter, I want you to start looking around, being observant as you're putting on your study cap. I want you to begin to observe people. I'm not necessarily talking about a pastor or whatever, people, how they do things. And if you be real careful, how we do things in a systematic way. We do things over and over and over again. And many times, and when I say we, I'm just talking about humans, many times we don't realize that we are carrying out maybe a ritual or some type of tradition or some type of religion because it's associated with some type of practice or sacredness. I want you to also, as you're reading chapter 1, I want you to start looking around for signs of religion in your community, on TV. Oh Lord, it's all over TV, especially with the race. So I want you to start to pay attention to how does religion play its way in our everyday lives, in politics, in the school system, in the hospitals. Y'all been to a hospital lately? I hope not. Okay, I don't want you to have to be sick, but in hospital settings, in I said schools, right? We're almost coming up on the holiday season. Okay. How does religion play that? So I say all that to say, and I'm gonna go to my students. I say all that to say, as we are becoming scholars of religion, I want you to start to look around to see how it's moving all around. And sometimes we didn't even realize, look at that, that's laws. A lot of our laws, if not all of them, are based on religion. Okay, all right, Troy, and then I saw Janice.
When you asked, I was just stating that I had experience to go to Egypt and go into the pyramids.
You could go in them? You go in them?
Yes, we're down into the pyramids.
Oh, that's priceless. Priceless, priceless. And so Troy can tell us these structures weren't just thrown up there. They are with meaning. And I'm sure, Troy, you just couldn't go in there and act a fool, right? There were probably certain rules that you had to follow.
Right, yes.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Thank you, Troy. Janice, I saw your hand.
Yes, I raised my hand because I too had.
Hit it again. Your mic went off.
Okay. Okay.
Miss Berry, can you hear me?
Okay, yes. Can you start that over again?
Yes, I too had the opportunity to visit the Great Pyramids, and Mr. Troy and we were on the same tour.
Oh, you were on the same tour, okay.
But unlike him, I didn't go in because you had to back in it. I don't like backing into it.
Okay,
I mean,
okay. Let me press pause. You had to do what? Say it again.
To go in, you had to turn around and kind of back into them and go down. And I just got a phobia about that. I need to see where I'm going before I enter. But they were overwhelming. I mean, the mathematics of it is awesome. They're like skyscrapers. It's nothing like I imagined. I mean, it was awesome. Just entering into the desert to see them was almost overwhelming.
And just to say you had to back in, that is religion in itself.
Religious practice, yeah.
Yes.
A religious practice, because there was a reason.
Yes.
I'm not sure, a reason why maybe you need, you know, sometimes it's a certain way, a certain posture maybe that we should have.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes, yes, yes. The hieroglyphics, they were I guess the way they communicated, the things that they would do in the afterlife through the hieroglyphics. So it was awesome.
All of us ready to travel. We need to have a class trip. All right. Thank you so much, Troy and Janice, for sharing that. So we're going to pause right here. I see it is 12 o'clock. So we are going to finish the rest of chapter 1 next week. What's next week's date? Next week is no. Next week is the 12th. So we're going to finish chapter 1 next week. So I expect that you have read chapter 1 in its entirety. If you don't have the book, make sure you go back to your D2L page, go to week 1, and I tried to scan some of the pages. They're not great, but you could probably read them. Make sure if you have not done this already, go to week 1 and fill out that introductory form. It's real important for those people that are watching. Those people that are watching, I got a few folks, Perry, Sheena, let's see, Lamont and Anthony. I need you guys to log in and do that introductory forum, please, today. All right, any questions for me before we leave out? All right. All right. So I'm going to see you next week if you are able. I will see you next week virtually. Any questions, just hit me an email or give me a call, okay? All right.
All
Y'all
right.
have a good
Bye,
afternoon.
Professor.
Okay. Gloria,
Thank you.
stay right there.
Okay.